They would say that she was a smart and 100 dresses she designed were very beautiful. Now the Maddie wants to go to the Brenda's house. When school was dismissed in the afternoon, Peggy said, we pretended casualness. Hey, let's go and see if that kid has left town or not. So Peggy had the same idea. Maddie glowed. Peg was really all right. The two girls hurried out of the building up to the street towards the Boggins Height, the part of a town that was such a forbidding air in this kind of a November afternoon, drizzling, damp, and dismal. Well, at least, said Peggy gruffly, I never did call her foreigner or make fun of her name. I never thought she had the sense to know we were making fun of her anyway. I thought she was too dumb and greedy. Look how she can draw. Mary could say nothing. All she hoped was that they would find Vanda. She wanted to tell her that they were sorry they had picked on her, and how wonderful the whole school thought she was, and please not to move away, and everybody would be nice. She and Peggy would fight anybody who was not nice. The two girls hurried on. They hoped to get the top of the hill before dark. I think that's where the Petronsky live, said the Maddie, pointed to a little white house. Wisp of the old grass stuck up there and here and there along the pathway like thin kittens. The house and its sparse little yard looked shabby but clean. It reminded Maddie of Vanda's one dress, her faded blue cotton dress, shabby but clean. So what happened? The school was over, and both the girls in the afternoon, both Peggy and Maddie hurried up to towards the boggin side. The Maddie already think about that I have to go to the Venda's house. But after the class, the Peggy also said the same thing. So Maddie didn't say anything to her, but she feel that we and Peggy, or Peggy is really all right. So both the girls moved to the Peggy's Venda's house. She was recited at the Boggins height. So on the way, Peggy told that she never had called her the foreigner and made fun of her name. Maddie spoke nothing on the way. All she hoped that they would find a Venda. She would tell her that they were being sorry. They would request her not to move away, and they would find anybody who was not nice with her. Both were proceeding rapidly. On seeing a little white house, they thought it is to be the Petronsky house, but there was no sign of life. They knocked the door, but nothing is be there. So here the writer Maddie compares that she was worn every time Vanda was wearing a faded blue colored dress, but her dress was shabby, but it was always clean. So there was no sign of life, they thought in the girl at the house. They knocked the door, but there was no answer. They thought that the Petronsky had gone. They turned to the go back down the hill. Peggy told that they had gone and nothing could be done. But Mary wondered if anything could be done because she was very hopeful, and she just thought she compares to herself with the Venda, because Venda is also a poor girl, not a poor means from a very middle class family, and she was also, and here the Maddie was also taking the dresses of the Paddy and wore that. So that is why she compared like to herself on the same place she stood at that time. So that is why she thought that maybe I will do something for the vendor. There was no doubt about it. The Petronsky were gone. How could they ever make amends? They turned slowly and made their way back down the hill. Well, anyway, said Peggy, she's gone. Now, what can we do? Besides, when I was asking her about all her dresses, she probably was getting good idea for her drawings. She might not even have won the contest otherwise. Maddie turned his idea carefully over to her head, for if there were anything in it, she would not have to feel so badly. But that night she could not get to sleep. She thought about Vanda and her faded blue dress and the little house she had lived in, and she thought of the glowing picture who those 100 dresses made, all lined up in the classroom. All at last, Maddie sat up in the bed and pressed her forehead tight in her hands and really thought this was the hardest thinking she had ever done. After a long time, she reached the important conclusion. She was never going to stand by and say nothing again. If she ever heard anybody picking off someone because they were funny looking or because they had strange names, she had to speak up. Then, if it is meant the losing Peggy's friendship, she had no way of marking things right with Venda. But from now, she would never make anybody else unhappy again. So here the writer was saying about her dilemma that she was feeling so bad that she couldn't stop the Peggy at that time when the Peggy was teasing her. The whole night she was not sleeping and she was thinking about the Vanda, what the behavior done by the Peggy with the Vanda. And she just said to herself that I will be make stand up if anybody wants to say anything to her or him or to anybody treated unkindly. So, because of her strange name, because of her strange dress, so because of her strange appearance, she could speak for them. She would not worry if she meant being losing the Peggy's friendship. She would never make anybody unhappy again. That is decided by the Maddie because she felt so guilty that because of her quietness, because of her not speaking at that time, Venda left the school. That is why she feels guilty.